The fishing's been pretty tough recently, but last weekend I caught my first fish of the year. So still full of adrenaline from last weekend's catch. I booked the Friday off this week as holiday and started packing up the car for another fishing adventure. I didn't know it at the time while I was packing up the car, but I was about to embark on one of the most prolific fishing sessions I've had in recent years. I thought to myself, if I could catch myself 1 or 2 fish over the weekend, maybe 3 at a push, I'd be well chuffed with that. But boy oh boy, was I in for a big surprise this weekend. It's Friday, of course, I'm going fishing again, and guess who's back? She's back. So me and Zoe have finally got a day off together, so she's coming fishing with me again this weekend. My hay fever is absolutely whooping my ass already, and we've not even got there. So I'm not looking forward to that, but I've got antihistamines and eye drops, which is one of the beauties of your fiance working in a pharmacy. She's a drug dealer, but a legal one. Don't get me into no trouble. But yeah, we're fishing Wergs this weekend. I'm almost there actually, I'm just around the corner. So when I get there and I'm set up, I'll check in with you again. Peace! The weather was perfect for fishing, and there was nobody else on the lake, which was ideal, so it wasn't too pressured. I also had a new bait to try, which I might reveal later on in the video. I have 3 bivvies. I have the Sonic Extractor, which is really small, but it's a good day shelter, piss easy to put up. I also have a Nash Titan T1, which is the one I use more regularly than any of the others. That's the one you'll see me using on my weekend sessions. And I have this, which is a solar undercover 2-man bivvy. I've recently bought this. I've not even taken it out the bag yet. I bought this for when we go to France, but me and Zoe tried to sleep in the Titan last week and I couldn't get 2 beds in, so it was a bit of a squeeze. So I bought this to set up and check it out, really. So roll the time lapse. I'm halfway through putting my bivvy up and my rod's just gone off. Yes. Get it. My first Wergs Hall Fisheries carp of the year. This is my 4th time I've fished it this year, and within what 10 minutes of me having my rods out, I finally landed one. Right, just gonna get him in, get him unhooked, and I'll show you. So literally, while I'm trying to show you all my new bivvy, my middle rod just took off, man. And it's a really nice common. It doesn't seem to like me too much though. There we go. What a gorgeous fish. First carp from Wergs Hall this year, and it's an absolutely stunning common. I'm going to go and get him back in because the rain's coming in. I'm going to finish getting the bivvy up. But what a start to the session. Feeling a bit lost, man. I've not bought any beer with me, and I don't really know what to do with myself now. I'm set up and just sitting here. As I said to Zoe, I'm usually started drinking by now. I mean, I know it's only what 10 past 10, but yeah, strange thing being fishing without drinking. Marcus is going to pop down later, I think, and he's going to bring some beers with him, so we'll have a beer tonight, I think. There wasn't much time to sit down and dwell on it though, because disaster was about to strike in the most unexpected form. So I just got my spod rod out. I thought I'll chuck the deeper on the end and then flick the deeper around a bit. See what depths I'm fishing at, see if there's any fish out there. And on this whole lake, out of everywhere I could have cast my deeper, it's gone straight in there. God fucking damn it. Luckily, Leo was on hand to go and bring the paddle boat down so he could paddle out to it, chuck it back in the water so I could reel it back in. And finally, my deeper was safe and back on dry land. Just in time for a bit more action. Second one of the session, another common, another orangey goldy coloured common. Absolutely stunning fish. This one put up a right fight, man. I'm going to get it weighed and get it back in. But what a day today it turned out to be, man. 2 fish in one day. Well, 2 fish in a matter of hours, to be honest. So I'm well chuffed with how today's gone. I'm going to get this weighed, get him back in. Oh, what a fish. After releasing that fish back into the water, I bit the bullet and went to the shop and bought myself some beers, blissfully unaware of what was about to happen. Seems to pull back a bit and then give up. That's a pike. Oh, fucking hell.
Is that a good thing?
Well, I'm not fishing for pike, but I'll fucking take it.
How's the fight?
I know, yeah.
Have you got any forceps?
I think I have in the back of the car. Well, I didn't expect that. It's a decent size as well. Well, that was unexpected. Fishing for carp, but I managed to land myself a pike. And if I'm totally honest, I think this is the biggest pike I've ever caught.
He's quite cute.
I'm going to get this weighed and get it back in. I can't believe I just caught this on a boilie. I'm actually taken aback by it, but what a fish. Now, if you followed me throughout the winter, you'll know I've caught plenty of pike in the past, but never have I caught one on a boilie. And no sooner as I got that back in, I was back on the carp again. The most productive day I've ever had on Wergs Hall. This one seemed to take me ages to get in. No matter how much I reeled in and pulled back, it just kept running and running and running. Yes. Oh. Come on, fish number 4. Nowhere near as big as the other 2 carp, but just as good looking. Look at the colours on that. Absolutely gorgeous common. That's 3 commons I've had today, and 1 pike. Not a bad session if I do say so myself. Not going to bother weighing him. It's not worth it. He's not as big as the others, but I'm going to get him back in. So that's 3 carp and a pike on my first day. It's still only, what, 3 o'clock I think. Still plenty of time left. I'm here till Sunday. Absolutely buzzing with the way this session's going. Come on. After that, we got the fire lit and sat back and enjoyed a few more beers and sat inside the bivvy eating some food whilst we watched the rain fall and produced this really prominent rainbow, which was quite relaxing to end the day. As the night drew in and the fire died down, we went in search for more firewood and came across this mini frog invasion up against the dam wall. Good morning. I just want to pick up on something. I found 3 full rigs with leader and lead just knocking around the floor. Now if you go to a fishery and you're re-rigging or you snap off something like that, don't leave your rubbish around on the floor. Don't be a dick. Take it with you. Nobody likes to see littering. So yeah, rant over. Make sure you take your rubbish with you. No matter where you go, there'll always be a bin. Zoe left to go to work at 8 o'clock that morning, so I was left to fend for myself for the day. So lunch consisted of a Lunchable, a pot noodle, some nuts and a chocolate bar. Today's been really quiet. After catching 4 fish yesterday, I've had nothing today. So a bit of an anticlimax. I thought I was in for a really good weekend. But I'm going to switch up my tactics. And I'm going to be using probably the most controversial piece of tackle ever released into the carping world. The One More Cast Magic Wand. Now it was actually the predecessor to the Magic Wand, which was called the Magic Twig, that caused all the uproar. Now, I'm not interested in arguing with people about if it's right or wrong, but I would advise everybody to go and watch this interview. It is a brilliant interview with Ali Hamidi, the owner of One More Cast, and yeah, just go and watch it. I don't think that the arguments against the Magic Twig hold any substance. I think it's a brilliant product. But again, I'm not interested in arguing with anyone over it. So just go and watch the interview for yourself. Just occurred to me some people might not know how the Magic Wand works. So if you can imagine, to set it up, you tie your main line to this end with the leg clip system on, and your rig will go on this end. And you extend that out, push the 2 prongs in, and they sit inside of here. I won't be able to show you. So there, you can kind of see that actually. I didn't think you'd be able to see it. So that's how you set it up. And the theory is, this sits on the floor with your lead on this end and your rig on this end, and the fish comes and picks up the bait, tries to swim off with it, which then pulls this outwards, releasing those 2 prongs, which allows it to then snap back, which in turn strikes into the fish for you. With fresh bait added and rigged up to a Magic Wand, I got my rods back out using my bait boat, feeling a bit more confident, and then I sat back and relaxed and waited for Zoe to get back from work. She arrived back and played an absolute blinder, bringing back some pizza and chips for dinner, and also brought me a bit more good luck. This fish fought back harder than the others and felt a bit bigger, and it took me a long time to get this one in as well, which wasn't ideal as the rain was now hammering down and I was getting absolutely soaked through. By far the biggest fish of this weekend. Just take a look at its tail. It looks like it's either been attacked or it's got some kind of infection in its tail, which is a shame because it's a stunning fish. There we go. Another absolutely stunning common. Just a shame about its tail. I don't know what that is. I'm going to ring Joe, the owner, in a sec. See if he wants to come down and have a look. I'll keep it in the sling in the water for now. But that might need treating. Okay, it looks like it's either been attacked or it's some kind of infection. Either way, I don't want to put it back in without Joe coming to have a look. But other than that, absolutely gorgeous fish. Right, so that fish is in my sling there. It's nice and safe. I'm just going to go get Joe, get him to have a look before we release it back, because I'd rather not put it back in if there's something wrong with it and it needs treating. I've just been and called Leo down to the peg. Leo's Joe's son. He likes to look after the fishery as well. Brought some of this down for me, some ointment. So I'm going to dab a bit of this on and then we'll get him back in. Well, I was halfway through eating my dinner. Zoe's been to work today. She came back and she bought me some pizza and chips from the chippy. I didn't even get to finish my chips, but they've gone cold now, but I'm not bothered. Leo came down and had a look at the fish. He reckons it's been attacked and it's just got a bit infected, so he bought like a little bottle of ointment with him. So I sprayed some of that on it. He was happy for me to put it back in. So the fish is all good and hopefully that wound should heal soon. So Zoe seems to think that she's my lucky charm, because obviously she was with me all day yesterday and I was catching all day. This morning she's gone off to work. I've had nothing all day and she's come back, and within 20 minutes of her being back here, I've caught another fish. So she's feeling very she's feeling very smug at the minute. Oh my god, man, this one does not want to give up. We were just getting ready to get into bed, and as you would have seen, my rod just took off, man. We were kind of just snoozing off, and I caught myself this lovely scaly banger. What a fish, man. And at almost £19, it's the biggest one of the weekend so far. Look at the scales on it, man. What a fish. I'm going to get him back in because I've had him out for a while, trying to get him weighed. So, yeah.
Oh.
After that, we decided to stay up for a bit longer, so I got the fire going and we had a brew. I also accidentally caught myself having a wee on the camera, but I thought I'd keep it in because it's funny. Good morning, and I look like absolute no, I've literally just rolled out of bed. And my eyes still look a bit puffy and I look like I've been smacked in the face. But no fish last night, again. That's both nights I've gone without a fish now, which is strange because I usually see most fish come out during the night here. But then again, I suppose in total contrast to that, I've had 7 fish this weekend and 6 of them have come during the hours of daylight. So maybe it's changing up, I'm not sure. But I got a much better sleep last night. It was much warmer than it was on Friday night. Friday night was absolutely freezing. Last night was nice, man. So yeah, I'm gonna get my brew down me, and then I think I'll recast. I reset the traps and had a few more cups of tea and waited for Zoe to get out of bed. The bait boat you can see me using here is one that Zoe bought for me off Temu, and she only paid £100 for it, but it's more than sufficient for the type of fishing I do, because all I needed to do is drop my rigs out for me. We had some breakfast and another cup of tea and chilled out for a bit, but the Sunday morning wasn't as fruitful as the rest of the weekend, so we decided that we were going to pack up and start to head home. As disappointed as I was to not catch anything Sunday morning, I wasn't going to complain. And I know earlier in the video I said I'd caught 7 fish, but I'd only shown you 6. That's because one of them was a bream, and let's face it, none of us like bream, and we don't really count them. But I added it into my total tally of fish, just for shits and gigs. This is how you should leave a peg after finishing a fishing session. Nice and clear, no rubbish, no crap on the floor, ready for the next person to come and use.